keep our children busy this holiday season. Well, in studio with us now is Jennifer Kaberi, who is a child development specialist and also the founder of Toto News. Jennifer, many thanks for joining us on News Center. It is a mind-boggling question. I remember when I was in school, every time my mom would come get me, she'd ask me, so when are you opening school? That is a question. Because she wants to know how long am I home, how is she going to plan for that. It's the first question parents ask. What do they do with their children's Easter holiday?
So that's a question we're getting. Like, what do I do? It's how many weeks? For some schools, it's 3 weeks. Others, it's 4 weeks. So for me, I would want to break it into, for parents, I want to break it into 3 weeks. What can I do with my children for 3 weeks? The first week, let your children sleep. They've been in school for a whole 3 months. Right. Especially if you're in boarding school, you've been waking up at 5 o'clock. Let your children sleep. Let them chill. Let them be themselves. Let them catch up with cartoons for the younger ones. Let them catch up with books for the older ones or movies. Let them just chill. If they want to sleep up to 11 o'clock, let them sleep. I always say, as adults, we are very unfair to children. When you take your leave and you've taken leave from work, the last thing you want to see is work-related things. You switch off your phone, you switch off your computer, you don't want your emails to be working. So let your children sleep. And that's the same thing. They don't want anything to do with books. They just want to sleep. So, and then during that time, let them reflect. Don't ask them about their grades or why they got a D+. But
your report card is the first thing you take home from school.
It's easy. It's easy. As a parent, D+. Don't ask, because they're already so stressed up. They got a D+, and probably they had promised you as a parent to get a C, and they're already stressed up. Don't ask them. Let them chill first, and then at the end of that week, have a reflection. So how was school? Don't be judgmental. Oh, so you've lost another 2 blouses. What are you supposed to do? Right. You know how much blouses are, how many, how much Nairobi life is difficult or Kakamega life is difficult? No, don't do that. Be nice, ask them about school, let them talk. Don't be judgmental, be that parent and listen to them and try to get some cues. Like if they tell you school was good, but you can see in their eyes they're showing something very different. Try to find out. So it was nice how, try to get some more information. That is in the first week. And then the second week, personal development. As parents, we are so focused in academics and the A's and the B's and the C's, we forget that our children are human beings and they want to do other personal stuff. Like, for example, teach them how to stitch. Nowadays children don't know how to stitch. They didn't do our home science where we are being taught how to stitch. Teach them how to make cookies or to bake, or even make tea or boil an egg.
But would they find that fun in this day and age of movies and video games and, all these places to go?
Make it fun. Make it fun. You can be very innovative. I always say, you can have 2 or 3 of your friends. You have children at the same age. Why don't have a cookout? Go to your friend's place, and maybe your friend is awesome in making that chocolate cake that you've been wanting to learn. So instead of you learning, let your daughter or your son or your child learn how to make that cake. Right. Make it fun, make it like an event so that the children can be able to learn. There's some form of competition between the siblings. So make it fun so that the children can be able to learn. So it can be also take leave as a parent to spend time with your children. Judy has just spoken about domestic tourism and the number of places that we have in the country which are free. Right. Take time, go hiking with your children. That way you'll be able to learn and connect with your children. Can you imagine you have been apart for 3 months and then you have only 3 weeks to reconnect?
And make memories as well.
Yes, exactly. That is very important. Some of the memorable things that you remember for me is maybe, I'm from Nakuru, is going up Milingai crater, and those are some of the memorable things I can remember as a child. So make those memories with your children. Take those selfies. Be a child again with your children. Right. And that way you'll be able to be creating trust. That is in the second week. You remember we have not mentioned school yet. No school. Yeah. No, please.
So they've relaxed. They've had time to relax.
Yes. And that way your children, they'll start, okay, mommy, daddy is my friend. They can be vulnerable with you. Right. They can start sharing. By the way, I'm being bullied. Or some girls say, by the way, mommy, I am having my menses. Because, some of these things, And that's the time to have to start up some of those, the maize and the beans conversation during this second week. And then the third week, now you can reintroduce the school. So in a graduate, do you have homework? So the grades were D+. What was the challenge? You know, and then during that work, for me, what I can tell parents and a family, sit down and have a plan for your child, you know, for the next term. That is in the last week, whatever that can be, the third week or the fourth week.
Right.
But in that week, have a plan for your child. You know, let's okay, fine. You have a D+. Don't give your children some unrealistic goals. By the way, you got a D+.
So next holiday, you're just going for holiday tuition for all the 3 weeks.
Yes, you know, no. Don't be. Actually, I don't know. Personally, I don't recommend holiday tuition because. Why do you have to do holiday? It's a break. It's break,
right,
basically. So you don't have. So if you have a D+, work with your child. What is the most realistic goal grade can you get? Please don't do an A, because an A you're going to be stressing them. So they'll be working throughout the 3 months. Mommy said, Daddy said we have to get an A.
Right.
So in the process, they're not learning.
So you need to know your child as well and what they're capable of.
Yes. So get a realistic. Okay, D+. Can we do a C? A C there, and then you see your child, you say, okay, mom, they understand now. And they will be working towards not pleasing you, but working towards their own personal goals,
right,
as children. And then at that point, have a plan, like, so next holiday, what can you be able to do? And probably that way, as a family, you can be able to save up some family. You can go to Mombasa, or you go to Kisumu, you know, you can go to Arusha, which is an easy place to go out of the country. So you can be able to plan like that, but make sure that your children have something to do, and don't crowd them so much.
Right,
yes.
right. You're the founder of Mtoto News. Tell us a bit more about that and what it has to do with children.
So Mtoto News is an online platform for news information and resources on children. So we report from the islands of children,
right,
not adults. So whatever we say, and that's why you can see most of my conversation, I'm talking from a child perspective, because we believe that children have a right to contribute in their area of work and to participate, you know, and they have a voice. So we actually give a platform where children can be able to participate, and we give information from a child perspective. We report from a child perspective, and we give data. We fact check even mainstream media and on issues to do with children, and we are coming up with solutions where children can be able to benefit.
Right.
Yes.
And finally, something that has come up for concern is the rate of depression or seemingly mental illness among children nowadays, and that goes unsaid because I mean, African culture, you know, some diseases just don't just happen to children. How do parents keep an eye on that and be able to notice something is wrong with my child, and how can they do that?
And that's why you remember I said the first week is a chill week. So during that week, as a parent, be very observant of your child. Is your child acting very differently? Are they withdrawn? Are they aversing or avoiding some of the things that they used to do? You know, like especially teenagers, especially girls, they are going through a process. Maybe they want to be thinner, or they want to gain more weight, or they feel, start to get some of those cues. And from there, you can be able to understand when a child is withdrawn, you can be able to say, this child probably something issues, or they are very overreacting over small things, or they get angry, and from there you can be able to start talking to them. And that's why you say let them be a chill time, and during that time you can be able to observe some of those things, and you'll start seeing there's something wrong with my child. So during the reflective day at the end of that week, you can say, so what is the matter? And they will say, I'm having these challenges in school,
right,
or I'm being bullied, or I'm not doing so well in my grades as I wanted to do. And from there, you can be able to talk as a parent. Don't talk as a teacher or a doctor. Be there for them. Parenting is about being there for your child. So be there for them and talk to them. And when you see that the child is withdrawn, or they are very reactive, or they have some tendencies that they want to harm themselves, it is very important to go to a professional. Go to a psychologist. There are quite a number of free ones, like at Kenyatta National Hospital. There's a whole center for psychologists, and the services are free. Or any level 4 or level 5 hospitals, they have psychologists. So you can go there and take your child for mental health care. So you don't wait until your child has cut themselves. When you just see those signs of withdrawal or overreacting or aversiveness or feeling as if they are looking themselves down, that low self-esteem, you can see it from them saying, no, so-and-so is better than me, or they want to change the way they dress, or they have cut their hair,
Then something's
something happens. Try to get some help.
All right, all right. So basically, though, parents need to spend this holiday making memories and just finding out what's going on in their children's lives. It doesn't have to be anything special.
No, Now,
right.
it doesn't have to be something expensive.
Expensive, rather. It
Yes.
is special,
Yeah,
just
it
not
has to be special,
expensive.
but not expensive.
All right.
So, Michelle, sorry, before we finish, it's very important also, I have to mention about safety of children.
Very briefly.
Yeah, actually 1 minute. So during this time, we find a number of children, the number of missing children go high, you know, especially the adults one. Try to connect with your child, you know, try to know where your child is, who you are leaving your child is, or know where your child is at all times. That is very, very important.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Yeah.
That is Jennifer Kaberi. She is a child development specialist and the founder of Toto News. And that is how you can spend your Easter holiday with the children. Now, the second phase of